Good morning. Okay, today we're going on lesson 5 in our workbook. This is page S.31. Make sure you are there, ready to take notes. So the first opening exercise is all about factors of 100. So what are the whole numbers that are factors of 100, and what are the multiples and how many are there? So the first two are done for you. Well, 100 is a factor, 50 is a factor, 25 is a factor, and basically you're counting by whatever the factor is, and then how many multiples are there. So for 25, there's 25, 50, 75, 100, and there are 4 of them. You're going to fill out the rest of the table if you need some guidance. There are the factors. Pause the video, do this on your own, and then come back and we'll talk about it. Okay, so your paper should look relatively like this. So all of your factors of 100 are all the numbers that can be multiplied to get 100. And these are all of them: 100, 50, 25, 20, 10, 5, 4, 2, and 1. So, and then the multiples of that number, and then how many there are. So basically the idea here is that we can split 100 up all these different ways, and we can use all of these multiples to kind of jump back and forth when working with percents. So we're going to be constantly referring back to our factors and our multiples to get 100 as we are breaking down percents. So the first thing we're going to do is, and I realize we're used to using Q equals W times P, but we're going to try to do this kind of using a mental math strategy. You can always refer back to this, but sometimes writing out the calculation is a little tedious, and it's more useful to be able to kind of play around with the numbers and do it without doing a firm calculation with decimals. So the first thing we're going to do for every problem is make a double number line, and then we're going to divide, you'll see, to get a multiple of 100, and then multiply to get back to 100. So let's read the first example. The 42 students who play wind instruments, those are like clarinets, flutes, saxophones, if you know anything about instruments, represent 75% of the students who are in band. How many students are in the band total? So here's a case that we're given a percent, we're given a part, but we're not given the whole. So we could solve this using Q equals W times P, where the Q is the part of the quantity of the wind instruments, and the whole and the percent is 75. And then we could divide by 75%, and we get that the whole is, well, we're going to find that out. You can do that with a calculator. I just don't have a calculator on me right now. But we're actually going to do this a different way. First, we're going to start by making a double number line. And the first number line represents our students in band, and the second represents our percent. So we're going to have 0% and 100%, and then we have 0 students, the total number of students, and then 42. Now the 42 aligns with 75, right? So what we want to do here is we want to be able to use this number line to break this up into something that can be multiplied to get to 100. So we're going back to our multiples here. So we have 75. We have 75 here. 75 can be divided to get 25. So imagine here we have 25, 50. This is 1, 2, 3. We can split 42 into 3 to get 14. Which means that each of these sections is 14. And then if we know that 25% is 14, we can multiply that by 4 to get 100%, which is 56. So that's where these steps come in. We're dividing what we have to get a multiple of 100, and then we're multiplying that by whatever we need to get 100.